Good morning. I'm Tori and I'm making this video to introduce myself and my artwork, which I've put a selection up for you. You might know this guy. This is Austin Osman Spear, surrealist artist, no longer with us, sadly. These are some plant studies. You might have seen this artichoke one up, and then there's doggos in the background, which is one of my favourites. So I was really stoked that some people wanted to buy that as an NFT. Was really buzzy, because yeah, it's one that was always special to me, and nobody seemed to like it at the time. Yeah, I'll my background is I've been drawing and painting for forever, and I'm 33, and so I've good 30 years of experience. For a long time I've been doing it seriously for at least 8 years or so, because I no longer had to work. I got to a point where my health was so bad that I was eligible for a benefit. So I've been living on a very, very small income and the support of my family, basically. So it's great to not have to work, but basically my health is not good. And I won't go into that too much, but if you're interested, feel free to ask. I'm happy to talk about it and where I'm at. And I've been trying to work out who I am and what I want to say with it and what I want to paint ever since. And so my work is still all over the show, and that's got to be very confusing for anybody who comes to look at it. So yeah, I get that as a collector. It's probably not very appetizing, because you see, just in the background, I've got these ones over the far side there are gouache on paper, and they're very sort of graphic designy. And then you've got my Austin, who's kind of Van Gogh influence, and these guys came during my Van Gogh phase. And I actually got the man himself sitting here with me because I love him. I mean, that's really been the only consistent theme through most of my work, is it's things that I love. But it's the mediums are all over the place, the techniques and everything. It's I'm always experimenting and trying to figure out what I love most. And with the Doggo's oil painting, I loved that. I loved everything about it. But I never had the confidence and the sort of self-esteem to stick to things I loved. I was always looking for outside input that what I was doing was okay or on the right track. So when nobody liked that, and I mean absolutely nobody, I abandoned it and thought, okay, well, I've got to find, I've got to be doing something useful that people want. It can't just be about me. So I put it aside, and that just, it just comes down to low faith in yourself and not believing in yourself at all, and I've never trusted my own decision making and my own ideas very much. I'm getting better, but that's still a big factor. Is it's to be worthwhile doing, it's got to have value to somebody else, because otherwise I'm alone. There's a lot of loneliness in my work. I think because I'm such a shut-in, I think that's it comes through all the time. Due to my health, I don't go out much. I might get out of the house, to travel somewhere, get in the car and go to town, maybe once a week. Sometimes it might be 3 weeks, and I don't go out. Mum and the dogs might go for short walks off the property, but I generally don't go out, and I haven't really had a social life since I was 20, and so yeah, it's lonely, and I think that's kind of where the cat ladies thing came from. You know, it's at a phase of being very fascinated with witches, and I saw myself as becoming this mad woman who kind of lives on her own, but is surrounded by animals. So the cat lady thing kind of became a obsession. I I portrayed her as being quite beautiful though, because you know the classic is this horrible, grotesque woman, you know, surrounded by filth and animals and being by herself because she's unmarriable and all that. But I thought, you know, there's plenty of grotesque things about marriages and people hating each other and having destructive relationships. So maybe the Catwoman is actually this beautiful Madonna. So I modelled my cat ladies after a lot of, you know, classic Renaissance beautiful woman. And she's got her fur babies, so you know, I had like her with the baby Jesus, pretty much referenced straight from these old images, but Jesus has the head of a cat, you know, like these are all her babies. And I threw lots of like classical cats in there, so you've got the Cheshire cat and lions and things, cheetah, yeah, all sorts of things going on. And it came from, I was watching a lot of movies about witches as well, and I just think, you know, maybe they're the people who've got it together. They're kind of seen as these outcasts, but maybe they're onto something. Maybe it's great what they're doing. So I've brought over, this is one of my most involved pieces, and yeah, so it's based on the Madonna and everything. I was very obsessed with bees at the time. I'll always take time out of my day to talk to a bee or a bumblebee if it will take time out of its day to land on my hand in the sun or something. You know, I think they're great. They're great little spirit animals, and yeah, this is the classic Da Vinci. You know, woman. I forget the exact name of the painting, but I've always loved surrounding them in these swirling hair and tails wrapped around, kind of binding. It's like that's a real comfort thing to me, being bound up in something. Somebody who's always wanting to hide from the world, there's nothing more comforting than being wrapped right up in a duvet. Because I think I'm a different person every day, and you know, if you see my work, you might almost think so. If you're not looking at it too closely, you think this is 5 different artists, and none of them know what they're doing, and none of them are doing it particularly well. But it's just because I'm scrambled. I'm a mess, and my work is trying to go in 5 different directions at once. And yeah, and I can't promise I'll figure it out. Nobody can promise that. I don't know what the future is. I'm just trying to take it day by day and chip away doing what I love, which is making art in whichever way I happen to feel like that day. So I'm very sorry if anybody is disappointed in, maybe you've bought one type of my art and then you're disappointed to see me do something drastically different the next day. But I'm still figuring it all out. And I'm not going to lie to you about having figured it out. If I'm not there, I'm not gonna fake it. It's you'll have to just wait and see. And it might never happen. Maybe I haven't got enough life left in me to figure it out. So we'll see. So yeah, did I cover sort of all of the art things I'm doing? I don't know. Subject, approach, mediums. So yeah, the mediums is a problem because I love all of them. Approach. This video's gone on too long. That's for another day. I hope this has covered some of what you needed to know. Thanks.